All right, it's November 9th, and it's 4:30 in the morning. Again, this is going to be the coldest day of the week. It's going to get real hot again. It's going to be rainy for a couple of days, and I'm heading to Vermont for the opener of rifle this weekend. So it's either this morning, maybe tomorrow morning, but I got to get it done this morning or tomorrow. Film my first tag, so I think it's going to be today. There's going to be no wind. It's going to stay relatively cool until 9:30, which is when I'll have to get up, come back for work. I think it's going to be crunchy, and I'm going into, my hot spot where I've been seeing lots of bucks. I've had some opportunities at bucks. They've been, not walking into my lanes, but I'm going to be sitting in a spot that's open so that I should have more lanes, unless they come from behind me like they did last time. But I'm hoping this morning's the day. Fill the first tag. Keep pushing. Okay, just gonna stop by my buddy Agoo's house real quick, get some good luck, say hi to him. Hopefully he's home. It's my good luck charm on the way home. Agoo? Hey buddy, good morning. Wish me luck. You see any bucks come by last night? Alright, well just don't tell them I'm in here, okay? Thanks for giving me good luck every morning. You're the man. See ya, Agoo. Have a great day. Where's the buck following you? Come on. Jesus, I look like a jouster. This morning has been awesome so far. I had a doe at first light on my boot track. And she came in and just moseyed off. And then 20 minutes after that, a doe and a fawn came in. And she was about to turn broadside at 20 yards. And I was going to shoot her on film. And my phone fell off of the camera mount and hit the ground below me, and they took off. Now I got a doe over here to my right, but I'm not gonna shoot her. I got bucks chasing, and I think there's something else coming in right now. But the doe and the fawn that I scared away with my phone drop and ran up the hill there. And then 10 minutes after they were up there, they came flying down like a bat out of hell. And Buck was pushing them around. And he looked pretty good. And then I saw him come back 2 or 3 minutes later, nose to the ground, but 75 yards out. But man, there is some action. I have a good feeling about today. Even though I look like I belong in King Richard's Fair. That's a big buck. Come on in. I can't tell. Wish I had binoculars. He's chasing. There's another buck over there. I don't know where that one went. Oh, there. There it is. Big boy, big boy. Oh, it's the big 8. Please come over here. There's a smaller one behind it. There's a bobcat down there playing with something. As if mature buck chasing wasn't enough. I've got a bobcat back here. Just playing with a chipmunk or mouse or something. It's playing just like my cat does. Toying with it, rolling around in the leaves. Tossing it up in the air. It's pretty cool. And I just had a really big mature 8. Probably the biggest buck I've ever seen in the woods. Push a doe through here with a smaller buck behind him. I was grunting at him and trying to get him to come back, but he went down over the hill. I hope he does come back later. What a morning. A lot of fun. A go? A go? Hey. I saw some big bucks chasing yesterday. So, thanks for the good luck. Have a good day, okay, man? Yes, dude. Oh my God. I thought I missed him. He just crashed right there. Oh, I think it's a big one. Persistence. Persistence. I sat so many times this year. I think this is like the 17th buck I've seen. I mean, so by far this year has been the busiest year I've ever had hunting. I've seen the most bucks. I mean, I haven't even come close to this year in terms of action. Persistence, and I scouted a lot this year. It's got some broken tips here, but
missed 2 bucks. Missed 2 bucks right in the same exact spot here. Just took bad shots, marginal shots. This guy came in this morning at 6:13. Well, he came in at 6:10. I first heard him grunting behind me at 6:10. And legal shooting was 6:09, so it was still pretty dark. And I stood up, he came from behind me, I pivoted around with my bow, and he slowly was coming in grunting, just taking his time. And he stopped at 30 yards, and I guessed it was 30 yards. It was still, he was close enough where I didn't want to take out my rangefinder and range it because I thought it was going to spook. But like I said, I've sat in this spot before, so I knew the general distance. And he started making a scrape there, gave me all the time in the world, and gave him a good shot. He didn't go more than 30 yards before he died. I want to thank him, and I have history with this deer. I saw him in the summertime. I was riding my bike around in the evenings doing 10 miles, trying to do 10 miles a day, and I was going in the evenings to look for deer as well. And I got within 10 yards of this buck when he only had 3 on one side and 2 on the other. I think it was in July, but I could tell that one side curved in more. It wasn't perfectly symmetrical, and the other side went out wider. That's why I think it's this buck. I hear stuff all around me here. I think I'm in a little buck nest. But I also think I jumped this buck a couple weeks ago going in to check a camera. Broad daylight with a doe. So I've got many videos and pictures. I'm gonna line up and see if it's him. I'm pretty sure it is. But man, I am excited. I am happy with this deer. He's by far my biggest. He's gonna weigh quite a bit. His legs are soaked up to his knees and just dark color. I think he's been in the swamp all night. Maybe a couple of days he's been getting in there pushing does, but yep. Beautiful, beautiful animal. Thank you. Here's a tip for everybody.
was just thinking about switching my arrow to shoot that turkey if he came in range. And I looked behind it where it came from to see if there's any more turkeys. And there's a buck over there. Small buck, but there's a buck there. Jeez, these deer do not care about this group call at all. That got his attention. He's looking right at me now. Fuck. He snuck up behind me. And there's a doe with my big target buck. Go scare that buck back this way, you fucker. Well, I'm back in the same spot where I shot my 9-pointer. I've been hunting here pretty much every day. And the action has not slowed down. And the bucks are getting bigger every time I come in, so I'm clearly not disturbing the area. I think I just have good access points. I leave the swamp untouched behind me. But I came in this morning, it's the coldest day of the year, and I had a really nice buck around my house, but I decided to come back in here because there's an even better buck probably a 150-inch class deer. 9-pointer, very wide. And I've had him on cameras, but last time was at October 20th, about a month ago. So anyway, it was the coldest day, and I figured if there was any time he was going to come out, it would have been this morning. I got back here in this tree, and as soon as I sit down in the tree, I get texted a picture from one of my cell cameras. I got back there 200 yards away from me, and there it was, sure enough, at 6:04. And legal shooting was, I think, 6:10, 6:11 this morning. So he had plenty of time to work his way this way. I did some calling, some rattling. But, you know, it was freezing, and it was dead silent and still. And I stood up in my stand because it's facing that way, but I knew the deer was back there. I stood up and turned around, you know, because I know he'd be coming from this way. But that only lasted for about a half hour. I got really cold, and I sat down in my climber again. And it was so quiet and so crunchy that I figured I would be able to hear anything coming from behind me a long ways away and be able to get up and turn around in time, but that wasn't the case. A doe snuck up behind me 30 yards, and I turned around slowly to my right, and I saw her there, and I peeked behind her, and there was this massive buck, and but she was already looking at me, looking up at the tree. I think it was still getting colder this morning, so I think my thermals dropped down to her. Because the wind should not have been going that way, but the thermals, I think, hit her, so she was cautiously coming in. And that buck was staying back, letting her call the shots. And he was on alert as well. Well, she took a bound back and started going behind a group of trees there where I knew that would be my best time to stand up. And she bounded there, and he was right on her. So when they both got behind those group of trees, I stood up and turned around, and they stood there for a while. I thought they were going to come right around here, right where I shot that 9-pointer, and that would have been nice. But they stayed behind those trees a little bit, and then they took another couple bounds back. You know, so they were about 45 yards at that point, but absolutely no shots. And I was watching them back there, and then they put their tails up and went back down into the swamp. And I found out 5 seconds later because a coyote was coming in this way. Mangy little coyote. And he pushed them back down into the swamp. Anyway, I don't think they spooked too bad. But he's definitely locked in with her and probably breeding her all day. Maybe they'll pop back out, take a break, and get up in here in the acorns and get something to eat tonight. That's what I'm hoping.
Well, this is what we call the last hurrah. Saturday, last day of bow season. And although I'd like to say that I'm going to keep using my bow throughout December, I don't know how much hunting I'm going to get in. And I'm on a buck, a big one that is in a spot that I think might be heavily used by gun hunters, and I don't want him to die without, you know, me getting a chance at him. So to level the playing field a little bit, I'm going to bring my muzzle loader out beginning of gun season and just start there. You know, as I think John Petrick told me the other day, he said, you know, your target bucks, some of them get dead quick during gun season. So, you know, God bless him for being able to bring his bow out the whole season, but I'm still just getting into this kind of suburban hunting, and I really don't want to see this one get dead quick, so I'm going to bring the muzzleloader out a couple times, but today is the last day to try to get him with a bow. The wind is absolutely awful for my setup, but you know, I'm just going to be blowing right to where the main trails are, but hopefully it's, you know, I can be set up just a tiny bit off and play the wind that's right for him and not the wind that's right for me. All right, check in with you later.
not going to shoot one because I want them to push a deer to me. That white coyote might be pushing 60 pounds. Well, I just shot a buck on the ground. I just found the arrow. And there's good blood on it, but it doesn't look like it's lung blood, so I'm in a precarious situation here. There he is. I can't believe it. Ugh. Shot from the ground. Wow, what a beautiful buck. Oh man. Thick, nice big basis. Wow. Whew. Season over. There he is. What a beautiful animal. I'm so lucky to be able to harvest him. I had him on cameras all year, had him making scrapes. He is, at this point, he's been doing a lot of chasing. He's been a long rut. So he's ran off a little bit of his weight, but I always thought he was a big-bodied deer. We'll weigh him and see what he ends up being, but what a beautiful, beautiful buck. Thank you for the opportunity to chase you. Thank you for the memories.